Yeah, as usual, we're going to give all praises to Yahawashi. Yeah, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach all. The Akim to the eyes and buyers and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity. To the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, we know that judgment is coming. Now, the nuclear fire, that's what we prophesied the Most High is going to destroy this place with. Spring out your...
Malachi, verses 4, chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as an oven.
It says the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. What day is that? Remember we did that lesson one time, the day. When you read the Bible, there's a lot of scriptures in there that talks about the day. It's the day of the Lord, the day of judgment, and it's also a day of deliverance for the elect of Israel.
Can I read something quickly before you carry on? Yeah. You never carry on. If anything, I will come up.
Yeah, all right, go on.
Malachi chapter 4, verses 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
It says all that do wickedly. It's not just these other nations. The Bible says amongst my people I found wicked men.
That's right.
So speak, could you grab Jeremiah 25 and 31 of Jeremiah 25 and 31. It says all that do wickedly shall be stubble. Jeremiah 25. Now people have to realize that there's judgment coming. They're walking up and down like the sun's out a bit, you know, looks like it might be a nice day, but they're not paying attention to what's ahead. You know, the Bible speaks about considering your latter end. And how's your latter end going to be? Is it going to be risen to everlasting life or risen to shame and damnation?
But if I read that on a deeper level, right? Deeper level, at the end of the day, just like when the flood came in the days of Noah, right? Look, if I go and I clean the house and the house is clean, what's the point of me cleaning the house? If my house is clean, what's the point of me cleaning the house? Right? So when you see people, like brother was saying, a lot of people are there, that's a good thing that they're there and not paying attention, because the most I want to clean the earth for all the wickedness and all the impurity. Alright? So he's gonna look, if fire comes and no one is being, how do you call it, the fireworks, what's the point of it?
That's right. You need something to make it burn.
So he put a lot of people to sleep. The only pity and shame is when the elect or the 1/3 are being slowed to catch on. That's the only pity. Shalom. That's the only pity, man. Bring it out.
Yeah, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and verse 31. And it reads, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord has a controversy with the nations.
He says he has a controversy with the nations. Plural. Is that singular or plural?
Singular.
It's the same thing.
Where is it? Yeah.
The same thing,
But it says with the nations, so the nations is plural.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's plural.
And that goes into what I was saying. I was just saying that how can he clean the house when the house is clean?
That's right.
So the reason why he will bring the fire, because he has controversy with the nations.
Right.
So it's only right that the nation are not even supposed to be in this truth anyway, but not for them. But as far as our people goes, a lot of them they made, you know, allegiance, how they say, allegiance with other nations, so therefore they became one with them. So that exactly, and Isaiah 13, where that's saying that they should be thrust through. So you going with them, that you create a punishment. You create a punishment in the book of the Most High, in the book of the judgment of Yahweh. So you're gonna get punished for that, man.
This is Isaiah 13, and I'll start 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
And even when you talk about their own land, look at it. Most people that are making money in Babylon, where are they from? They're from the east. They're from that area. The Arabs, the Elamites. Now, when you read Joel 3, where is the Armageddon war, the Armageddon war? Where does it take place? In that area. So the most you cannot escape, man. The other nation won't escape that. They can run back to the villages. They will get it. All right? Because the missile can get you from here to I don't know where.
Anywhere.
It will get you from so far. The radius of that missile is so serious, right?
And they're getting even better now. It's like Russian missiles, them, like the Americans' air defense system can't touch them. So the Most High is making it so that these missiles will get through. They will get through. That's right, man.
Yeah, read it.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 31. And it reads, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord has a controversy with the nations.
And part of that controversy is part of that controversy is him bringing judgment for what these nations have done to his people. Yeah,
that's what it is, basically. the judgment of other nations solely based on the fact that because if you read the Bible, you know history, all of these nations got us into slavery, man. And moreover, even in this captivity, can't treat us like go to an Elamite shop or go to a little way they look at you, the little way they treat our women. No respect, so they're gonna have to pay for it because we are the jewel of the Messiah.
This is Zechariah 1 and 14. It says, so the angel that communed with me said unto me, cry thou saying, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem, because Zion with a great jealousy, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. But I was not a little displeased, and they held forward their affliction.
All right, they held forward their affliction, man.
Right.
And even when you look at these plagues, they are the plagues of Egypt.
Right.
And that's the reason why you go to Passover. We had our Passover last month, and brothers had a Passover. You know, we're being passed over into a new thing. But when you look at the Passover, before there was the Passover, after the Passover, what happened? I mean, in between, what happened? The judgment. So the Moses is bringing the judgment of the judgment that he's supposed to bring on these nations. He's bringing it right now, man. He's making it hard for them. There's brothers that are supposed to go, not brothers, there's people from Algeria. They were supposed to go to Algeria. They live here in England. They went through because you go through on France, go there. It's been 3 months now, they've been stuck over there. That's hell on earth, man. Right. They're having children, they can't move, they can't.
A man shall desire to get into a city.
You see, this thing doesn't just, it doesn't just talk to or pertain to the 230. In the midst of all of that, you know, the nation get theirs, man. They will get, so it goes both ways. So the 230 will get it, and the nation will get in as well. You see, we live in the chapter 10, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 31. And it reads, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord has a controversy with the nations.
Because these nations have been taking piss for these people, man. They've been taking liberties. You know, believing that they can do what they want and get away with it. And the Most High is the one that's actually delivered us into your hands. But as we just read, he was only a little bit displeased with us. And then he, you know, black and bruised us, man. Yeah, so you have to get your comeuppance as well.
Yeah, he will plead with all flesh.
And how does he plead? Isaiah 66. He said he will plead with all flesh. Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahawashi shall be many.
That's right.
And he tells you how much in Jeremiah that he's going to read out.
Yeah, he will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword.
What is the sword? So he's going to plead with them with the sword. This is Job chapter 19 and 29. It says, be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. So this is what the Most High is doing, come to bring judgment upon this earth. And he's going to bring it with nuclear fire. Yeah? That fervent heat that we're going to read about.
Saith the Lord Yahweh our power. Verse 32. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation.
That's what we're seeing now. When you look at how things are going on, there's no righteousness upon this earth. That's why when you read in Revelation 21, it talks about a new kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness. Yeah, because evil and we're even worse. When you read First Maccabees 1 and 9, it talks about when these people come over, evil's multiplying. Yeah, and we're even worse now than back then.
Deuteronomy 7 and 22. And the Lord Yahweh will put out those nations before thee by little and little.
He's going to put them out. The same thing that he did for us back then, because there's nothing new under the sun. So in the same manner, he's putting out these nations little by little. When you look at the judgments that's going on around the world that they don't teach you, you can see the Most High judging these nations little by little, building up to that big final judgment.
Thou mayest not consume them at once. Right, that one is not important. I'll just read it. Lest the beast of the field increase upon thee. My point is, like, that's what's going on right now, because people will be telling me that, well, I don't see no judgment. You know what I'm saying? I don't see these nations being judged. I was having this conversation with my cousin. She was like, what? You know what? She was being sarcastic. She was like, may the Most High hear you praying. I'm like, yo, we'll see. But you see, even because if you look at Esau deal with gradualism. Where do you think he took it from? He took it from the Most High. All right? You just don't get rid of people. If you really want to get rid of people of this other nation, guess what? You're gonna get rid of. You're gonna get destroyed in the process. You'll be so. He has to find ways. All right? He has to find ways to get rid of these people, man. These people build the empire over what? Like, okay. Talk about the Renaissance, that'll be like 600 years, right? 6 centuries, man. So little by little, it will take him out. Right now, we're starting with what? The plague of Egypt, which is known as the corona. All right, and now people cannot move from point A to point B. And I'm sure there's other things that will come. You've got other nations are so quick to go and get the vaccination. It's unbelievable. Knowing that they're the weakest when it comes to DNA and genes. We're the strongest. So they're going to die off. And even right now, the Caucasian cannot even give birth like we give birth. He's recessive. They got recessive genes. All right?
And another thing to add on to what the brother was saying, it's little by little. You have to remember that we're scattered amongst all nations. So man, you just went and destroy a whole nation.
You're going to be destroying them. This is what I mean.
They look like, how do you get to wake them up?
You know what I'm saying? So exactly. That's a very good point as well. Can you get Revelation 7? That's a good.
How the hell are you going to make
match what you just saying? The reason why he has to do that is because of the elect.
You done right there.
7 and 1.
Revelation 7:1, it says, and after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth. They're holding back that destruction.
Yeah, holding back destruction. Slowly but surely.
Right.
All right, even with little plagues here and there, because we can't do, and that's the reason why he said what he said in Deuteronomy 7 and 22. Yeah, carry on that.
It says, only the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree, And I saw another
And
angel.
when he said tree, he talks about who? The children of Israel, because we know him as a tree. If you read Ezekiel 31, it tells you that Adam was known as a tree, the best tree amongst all trees. All right? And it sees a nation as well. All right? So the Most High, when he does things, he does based on his children. And, you know, he does it around them. He does it for their sake. Like he said, I made the world for your sake. Okay? It's the same principle, man.
It says, stuck it. It says, and I saw in verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have
What
sealed.
he's talking about when he said, hurt not the earth, the sea and the tree, talking about the children of Israel. All right?
Because
Talking about
Isaiah 61, it said that we're going to be doing trees of righteousness. It says, earth not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power
Exactly.
in their foreheads.
So if you see that in summer you're able to go and play the harlot as a woman, all right, and wear these sexy things for a man to touch you, and if you want to smoke more weed and be in more wickedness because Boris Johnson is opening things up, it's because of us, the elect, the one that are not even in the truth yet. It's not because of you, because how can you say your judgment is already, your fate is already sealed. So ball out, do your thing, but it's because of the elect. All right?
All right, this is
the elect.
Isaiah 8 and 16. It says, bind up the testimony, seal the law upon my disciples.
All right.
So the elect has to be sealed.
It has to be sealed, man. But believe you me, the fire is on his way, man. Even the brother showed us a picture, that thing. That's Yahawashi. Hey, go to Isaiah 63, please. Isaiah 63. Everything's coming together now. See now that thing, it means something. This is what I believe it means. Maybe 3. Who's these people?
Isaiah 63 and 1 says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed
Who
garments?
is this that coming? And the reason why they say Edom, like we say, it's a people before a place. Because we know that Europe belongs to Japhet. But they're going to take it now. Edom took it now. So we talk about who is living right now here. Who is ruling is here. Is Edom, right? So what you see, that thing that they're sowing well, just like an omen. Yahawashi is coming now, and this is what he's going to do.
So why don't you
Says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Yeah. So who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garment from Bozrah?
Esau.
Oh, carry on.
When you talk about dyed garments, what color you want?
Don't worry. Edom, that term Edom already is an indicator. Exactly. So what's I am playing, man? Really?
It says, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
The greatness, I mean, chariots, power, fire, everything is on deck when Yahawashi moves, man.
You know what it says?
Fully loaded. Fully loaded.
It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save them.
That's right.
Yeah, because our people need that salvation. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, thy garments like him that treadeth in the right
There's a
path.
reason why he made Esau Ashashawahi.
wasted away?
All right? And there's a reason why he made him Adawami. The red
Means red, yes.
all right? Because that's what's going to happen. The Most High is too holy for you niggas, man. The Most High is too
And
holy.
just to add, it's not just red, it's red, the color of a dyed garment, which was dyed with blood.
Worms.
So it's blood red.
And not only that, that was the only thing that we had that was dying.
That was dying.
Like that.
Exactly,
So you
exactly.
know what
What
we're
color it
talking
was,
about.
exactly.
We're not just any kind
No,
of red.
no.
Yeah?
Alright, so Yahawashi is coming, man. He's coming, but he do things. He's a president. Look, when I was young here, in Africa, when the president, every time a big personality rolled out, right? You could hear him for like, for a long, from a distance, and you'll be like, what's coming? Like, president. You see people are moving things. So there's a sign already. You hear like the motor. This guy.
Motorbike.
Motorcade.
With
The one that come with the follow the.
motorcade.
You hear the motorcade with the siren, and then
They make the way
That's
for
right.
those to come.
And then people to like, you know, you have to make a way. That's Yahawashi. He's he's spiritual. He's like only the prophet will understand. So when you put that thing, that image, I knew was the spirit. I was like, yo, that's Yahawashi is coming, man. And that's it. He's coming to do it. The people say he's coming. He's so love. I'm loving you guys. No.
Deliver the election.
He's love. He's come. He's love.
Two-edged sword.
He's gonna destroy.
Love on one side,
Destruction for the heathen, right? Yeah, carry on that. That's what I wanted to bring up.
There's more here.
Yeah.
Says, I have trodden the wine from
No, bring yours first. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, it's related to what you were saying just now. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12.
Yeah.
For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And that's that pride that Esau has. They believe that because, and these other nations, because we've been into the brother. Remember, we've done nothing wrong. They're the ones that's transgressed against them. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You say that.
In Jeremiah, when you hold that, I read Jeremiah 50 and 7. You know, you see Jeremiah
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh.
Now go read your precept again.
Right. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Yeah, you're talking about, we never did nothing. Like, you lot was the one that offended.
Exactly.
But the Most High says he was but a little displeased, and he bore the affliction.
And also, if no one, and also no one can come without foolishness to the Most High because you don't reincarnation.
Exactly.
Regeneration, man. You all your forefathers.
That's right. That's right.
You all your forefathers, man.
That's good.
All right. It's just now that you became more subtle. You're such a snake that you became more subtle to the point that you know how to sleeve it around us. But it doesn't make you better than your ancestors.
That's right.
All right. So do not come with that. Oh, you've done something, and also you benefited from what they did.
That's the point. They have not restored the pledge.
Listen, if I came to you and say, let's
You're not even sad about it.
No, they're not.
if I have you say let's switch place.
Yeah.
Trade place.
Yeah.
Trade place.
Eddie Murphy.
You like hell no, I'm not trading place. Because I see I work in certain place, I know how they live, man.
That's right.
That will never trade place with us, so I don't want to hear it.
That's why they want to get rid of the Bible now, because now the judgment's coming. They're trying to get away from
Oh,
it.
it's too late.
Let me finish up the precept. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself,
And
saith
the thing
the
is,
Lord Yahweh.
there's no higher power the Most I can swear by.
That's right.
When you hear that now, that's, you know when it's a sign, sin and delivered? You just wait for the delivery.
Right.
now.
It shall not go out of his mouth void.
That's right.
For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste.
No.
Right. Isaiah
That was
21.
brother. Hey, let me get something, bro. I'm not having this.
21.
I'm not having this.
Isaiah 14,
Look, I'm doing
21.
something that,
Prepare slaughter for his children.
That's
Like
right.
I said, you're not going to get away. He says,
That's
for
right.
his children.
That's
Take it
right.
away where it mean of. But then, like the
Are
brother
you-
said, you've inherited.
Are you
that?
Yeah, not you.
You've
Are you?
inherited
that?
the wealth,
Exactly.
the blessing,
Exactly.
and the judgment that comes with it.
Exactly.
Go on, my brother.
What do they call it now? White privilege.
Yeah, white
White privilege.
And we had a conversation with two Edomite girls. You remember?
Is it down there?
Oh, yeah. That's good.
And the boy.
And the boy, that was
Boy,
good.
boy, wherever it was.
Isaiah 14, 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity of their fathers. So why? Because you're still perpetrating. Remember, it says in Ezekiel, the son's not going to pay for the sins of the father.
Exactly.
So if the pitneys pay for the sins, why? Because you continue.
They are the father.
Even one better.
But
Go
not
to
only that, they've continued in the sins of the father.
No, go to Deuteronomy 24 and 16, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, go finish that off.
Okay. But they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Yeah, man, because they've been wicked.
22.
No, that's all I want. Fathers shall not. Yeah. Deuteronomy 24 and 16, it says the fathers shall not be put to death for the children. Even
Okay,
shall
so explaining that. They said, and that one minute they will say, prepare slaughter for the children, and then next minute you will say that. So explain that, man. Yeah.
Well, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
That's
Now,
not happening, right?
you understand with that? Ezekiel 18.
Listen, there's no way you can turn around, be a user, how do you call it? There's a term that you semantic all day.
It's semantics,
You're not
man.
getting around this judgment, man. You will be a recipient of that judgment, man. It's already set. All right, because we have ours already.
A precept that illustrates
This
what
is
you're saying.
Ezekiel 18, verse 5 to 9 speaks about a just man. It says,
Right.
Verse 10, but if he beget a son that is a robber, a shed of blood, and that doeth the like to any one of these things, and that doeth not any of those duties, but he has eaten upon the mountains, and defiled his neighbor's wife, as oppressed the poor and needy, as spoiled by violence, has not restored the pledge, and has lifted up his eyes to the idols, has committed abomination, has given forth upon usury, and has taken increase, shall he then live? He shall not live. He has done all these abominations, he shall surely be
Put to death.
he shall surely die, his blood shall be upon him.
That's right.
So, and then he goes on, if he has a son and sees what his father does, but don't continue in that, he's going to live. So
On a different level, right?
you are your father's coming
What I'm
back.
saying, like,
That's right.
coming back. So these people are telling about, oh, you haven't done nothing on earth. No, you are your father coming back.
That's right.
That's the reason why we went through what we went through, because based on our past life, because Israel did sin. That's why we come back and we go through hell.
Well, let me illustrate that, because Yahawashi is the root and the offspring of David. So that's just in a nutshell. That's
Yeah, so
in a nutshell.
you want to go to precept?
Yeah, just was going to say, just like what we were speaking about, this is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 22, and it says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
That's right.
No, don't be going to say.
No, the answer is, so that's what the Most High is doing.
Yeah.
The Most High is bringing judgment now, because remember, the elect has to rise, isn't it? Once we start to rise, the Most High can start being an adversary to our enemies.
But remember, he said it's an easy thing.
Light thing.
It's a light thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So now that he's doing that, now read that again, because that makes sense. And the reason why now he has no choice but to destroy these other nations,
We're raising
because
up.
we're raising up.
And we're starting now learn and rehearse the righteous acts.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, read it.
Yeah, this is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 22, where it reads, but if thou wilt But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice
right.
and do all that I speak,
That's right.
then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies.
And that's what he's doing
And
now.
next he said, thy enemies, plural, we
That's
have
right.
many.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have we have Esau.
Right.
We have
Psalms 83.
Moab.
Yep.
That's right.
We have Ishmael.
Ishmael.
We have the
Hamaris.
African, the Hamites.
Yeah.
All right.
We got the Ammonites.
Actually, there's
Yeah,
a
don't
brother,
forget them.
there's a brother from Gabon.
Yeah.
He gave me like the Jebusite.
That's right.
He gave me the link in
Where they are now.
where they are in Africa. I couldn't believe it.
You got to send it.
Yeah. You know what? A few of them. A few of them.
Read that again. The old girls. We go to them.
Obviously, you got some people in those lands.
Yeah.
When you see them, you know. When you go on YouTube and you check the country, when you see the phenotype,
You can know. Yeah. Just look to the Hebrewism, and then you'll know who's not.
This is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 22, and it reads, But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, and do all that I speak,
Now, when you read Deuteronomy 30 down to 7, this is what we're hearing.
Right.
then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
Verse 7.
So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh, thy God power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
Right, and those ones that
And
were
Yahweh
upon
Noah.
us. And that was the ones that were upon us.
I can give you one example.
Yeah.
See, there was a time where the truck era.
I lived through
The
that, man.
truck era was so
That was
heavy.
deep.
And I didn't live truck because
I can tell you about
I
that.
was in
That
Africa.
was-
I didn't live that. But, you know, I could see that how bad it is. You know, like, it didn't hit Africa like it hit Babylon. How people in Babylon. That's the thing. Right? But now, if you look through what's going on, there is like a reverse.
That's
of
right.
There you got the opium crisis.
That's right.
You know, in Babylon, the siege
That's
started
right.
in America. A lot of those, those Edomites are being destroyed by
That's
them.
right.
And with us, the solution was to open them up. Now with them, the solution is free us.
Yeah, we have, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, whatever they want rehab or not, they're being destroyed. We can see. The spiritual eye will be able to know what's going on. The most and also in South Africa, you got Edomite people in South Africa. You got Edomite ghettos in South Africa.
Yeah.
A lot of our people there.
They're dealing with them nicely down there, man.
That's the curse of
They
the
are
person.
broke.
Roseback Mountain down there, man.
They're paying for what they paid to.
That's right.
And very soon you will see them dropping. You see, a lot of them are taking this vaccine. But a lot of them will drop, man. You will see them dropping, man. It's over for them. They make this over. You got the ultimate chief of Edomite. That's he can't even do a little, up into the
steps.
plane.
Yeah.
The steps into the plane. That's how weak they are right now.
And you know that was the Lord, you know that was the Lord because it's 3 times he fell.
It's an old man. It's an old man.
Yeah. So you know how he operates. Yeah.
That's a sign.
He's showing him that when he goes down, he's going to stay down.
Actually, now it's gone back.
Go back.
Yeah, it's gone back.
Big up.
Jeremiah, verse 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
The Bible says it all over the place, man.
Read it again, man.
Therefore, all
Read it,
that.
give me the precept again.
Jeremiah 30, chapter 16.
Yeah.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them,
Some of them.
shall go into captivity.
Right.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey
So
upon thee,
none of you Ishmaelite and Edomite and Moabite and Hamite and Ammonite, all those, none of you gonna be able to escape this, man.
That's right. Back to Jeremiah 25, which says, all nations, the controversy with
The Most High gonna come through Yahawashi and also He will use us. That's one thing you don't understand, because you see us right now in the corners, you thinking he's so sweet. Alright? We're just waiting for our general to come through, man.
Because he wants to take a piece of the cake first.
Because we will be turned into hunters. So it doesn't matter what you want to do. Like I gave that little anecdote about that guy from Africa that they couldn't kill, and he said, I'm gonna go because I know you go. What did he say? That more of him will be coming. And you see people like that, you might see them right now, you don't even know who they are until that day when they start flying over your head, man. When they start doing the Hancock style over you, that's how you're gonna see that the time is serious, man.
And let me tell you something, Esau knows what's coming, you know, but they take the piss in their movies. Because let me tell you something, the movie Predator, that's what the movie Predator is all about. That Predator is basically a hunter. And he's not hunting the meat. If he's weaponless, he ain't touching. He's hunting the demonized.
What did Hillary Clinton say about the blacks in Chicago?
Predators,
Super predators.
Yes.
Now,
Super predators.
a simple thing was like, oh, she's insulting us. No, she's telling the truth. When that time comes, we'll be predators. Because Yahweh is a predator, man.
That's right.
Yahawashi is a super duper
That's
predator.
right.
Go back to this, you're going to see how
That's
much
right.
of a predator.
Go back to that. You're going to want to reason.
There's no.
They're more than that.
Yeah. I'm going to hold it because it's going to come back. So we need
I have something to read, you know. 1 Samuel 15 and 3.
Bring it up.
Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both men and women, infants and suckling.
This is why you know the Most High is not to be.
Do you have another precept about dash them away? Get it, dash them away.
While
Don't be afraid.
While he's doing that, I'm going to explain why this is going to happen to you.
Okay, explain.
So this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3.
And remember, Amalek right now are the people who deal with holidays. They deal with the music industry. Okay? And they live in a certain place, even in London, and they don't live like us.
No.
Alright? These are the people that the Most High say, I will utterly destroy them.
That's right.
You have to understand the time we're in. Playing time is almost
That's
over.
right.
Man. You see it, and you see, we were talking about a plague coming, okay? Even in 2014, Apostle Rakar, which is GOCC now, but it was so on point. He was talking about the influential, some sort of plague, alright, saying that you won't be able to come out borders, that's what's happening right now.
Absolutely.
Where did he take it? He went into 2nd Ezra 15, 17. We spoke about that, and clearly things are happening. So we're telling you now, for the Spirit, very soon, the Most High will lay down the hammer on you, other nation, and 2/3. You will see it. You will see it. You will see it.
The reason why they're going to get exterminated. Right. So this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verses 3 and 4, and then we're going to go to verse 10. Verse 3. Beautiful. Verse 3. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Oh, lovely, because that's where I'm going next.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and thou, though thou,
Oh, read that part again.
though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
This is how you know that we are, because who went to West Africa, all right? When you read Deuteronomy 28, they say a feast with a feast continent, flying like an eagle, flying like an eagle, man.
And with a strange tongue. That's
And with a straight tongue, very wicked, all right? So that's Esau, man. No, exactly. Our recycling, that's me, isn't it? But that's the reason why we'll give it back to them. But they did that to us. Because they read our book and they know that we were doing to them. them.
So they do it
So
first.
they
Get the boot, then when you get the boot
They
first.
take it front.
So whenever I was feeding the baby to the alligators in America, they were feeding prophets. They would say, yo, we got them now. We're going to do what they say they will do. But when they say that in a very prideful spirit. They didn't say,
Exactly.
They didn't say, oh, we doing it, but they're going to do it. They say, no. Say that book say they will do that, right? We'll show them what we'll show them what
They're going to rub it in our faces.
Or try to say they're the people of the book to say they're
Exactly.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the Most High put them in their spirit.
And those thou set thy nest among the stars,
But them say them gone now.
that's what it said. The eagle has landed.
But say they nest amongst the stars. They see
But
that
really,
eye.
talking about
Yeah, they go in there.
The high position.
they want to see, they want to see Yahweh.
Yeah,
Remember
but
it says-
remember the eagle, so like the eagle is a bird of prey, of power, great eyesight and strength, and them talons. If it grabs you in its talons, you are not. It's not letting go. You're
A couple
finished.
animals that can pick up
And
steam.
Yeah, I know.
Listen, I've seen one
And it
pick
fly
up
high.
a child.
Yeah.
It's seen the child from way up.
fly very
Swoop
high.
down.
That brave intelligence.
Yeah, that's how they try. That's how they exalt themselves, like that bird of prey.
That's why their symbol is always that bird of prey.
Exactly.
That's the
I
nature.
mean, look at their wingspan. There's no bird that can wingspan and can fly the way an eagle flies.
Eyesight.
Yeah.
They say 3 miles they can see.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
This is why you have to give the Most High praises.
I know.
Right? To be able to create something like that.
I know.
Yeah, those things should make you believe that there's a God.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being 3 months and
And you can see a rat. You say, okay,
And you can still
I'm having
swoop down
that.
and have him before it reaches in his burrow.
Hold that preacher.
Yeah, I'm holding it.
I'll read it this morning.
One for that. Yeah.
Ain't no joke.
No, it's not.
It's a serious business.
See, that's why faith is actually number one, which is confidence. Faith is a confidence thing, you know. That's why the Most High is putting on us, and people don't understand why we're so bold. It's not us. But the Bible says to Ezekiel, you will be a sign. You will be a sign unto the children of Israel. So we are the sign unto the two-third and unto the other nation, but also unto the elect that don't even know that they're elect. But when they see that I'm one of us, they will want to join. But also, the Most High through us is letting you know of the future. That fear that we had in the 1940s when we couldn't even look Esau in his eyes, it's gone.
That's gone. Yeah. Now we're looking right through them.
That's right. Wisdom of Solomon praying. And 1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High and could not out the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even, when you look at the documentary, the Esau documentary, you see how powerful nature is, man.
Right.
Some of the animals. So you think now, if the Most High created, how much powerful. So you learn to embrace Yahweh even in his creation, in his creatures, in nature, man.
Now,
Go and look at the ants. Look how the ants work.
Absolutely.
It's true, you know.
Come on,
It's no leader, but they know what they're doing.
so here it is then, verse 7. For being conversant, that is knowledgeable in his works, because remember they'll go down to the depths.
That's right.
For being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen. Albeit neighbor are they to be pardoned, but if they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, how did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? That's right. You know what I'm saying? They can find out all of these things, but then you bypass the master who makes these rules.
Seek him who made them and all that they see.
But it goes to show how much of a mastermind the Most High is, man. And it shows us what the humility of the Most High. is a very humble guy. He's a very humble guy because how you create all those things and then you're still humble. When people come, you have to be selected to know him. That's the humble guy. This song, you know how he's a brother. They like to get a back in the yard, backyard, and they're like chilling. And it's only certain people that come to see them. They don't like the presence of many. They're selected.
That's who they want,
That's how I feel. So although you create all of that, you know what I'm saying? It takes a certain energy to get to your house.
It's just like when you have the Mackie. Only certain people can come to the Mackie Cross and relay message. Everybody can't come to him and tell him what's going on.
And through the spirit, the Sicilian, the Jakes.
Absolutely.
But that spirit is Jake.
Absolutely.
So, man, listen, you just have to look around you and know who Yahweh is, man. It's not that difficult to understand. That's why we're supposed to be more. That's why we don't play with this. Now, when I say don't play with that, doesn't mean that you're perfect, holding them down. Just saying that, just understand what you're in. This is a very serious thing. For the Most High to have given you the opportunity to understand the mystery. That's why you have to do this. That's why the Amorani's all over and brothers are who they are because, you know, that once you understand who you are, you understand, hey, the Most High is so powerful that he say, you want me to give you riches of this earth so people that you're a prophet. That mean I'm not God.
I do the opposite.
How do you do the opposite? That's how it works. Come on, man. Where do you find diamond?
Exactly.
Where do you find diamond? Where do you find gold? You have to dig deep to find
Exactly. And when you find a diamond, you wouldn't even know. It looks like a rock.
Because the diamond is a rock. Now, when
Under pressure, the same plasma heat, pressure, and it turns into something big.
well, that's the reason why Musa says.
Only when it's polished, yeah. It's
That's
tried
the
by the
reason why
fire.
Musa says.
Exactly.
Musa said,
Absolutely.
through great tribulation we shall enter because you have to be turned into. You're gonna be. You're gonna be. You're gonna go and live into, you know, a house made of gold and precious stone, and you're not refined. It don't match.
It don't work.
You cannot enter this kingdom that's coming if you're not refined.
It's like you have a palace.
It just makes sense.
And you put a white thing up in there.
Did you find it?
Right, so let me read it out again. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 4, chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Then you gotta bring it down. That's what he's doing, man. That's what he's doing right now, man.
And then verse 10, just to further clarify why this is happening, why this is going to happen to the demonites. For thy violence against thy brother Yahawashi, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And that's why. That's right. Before you go into it, and that's why you see people wearing the mask, and you see, you know, airline companies, you know, showing out, working on
the
apps,
passport,
on the apps for the passport, all of that. This is the Most High shaming those people because they're not free anymore. It's not only us, even them. They got from one point to one point.
That's right.
And their kingdom is falling. Look, the part of the shame again. Right now, Putin and Biden, they're at war. They're at war. They can't stand.
Exactly.
To the point where Putin is like, you know what? Let's have like a debate online. Debate, but it's not gonna happen because Putin wanna put him to shame.
But Putin is a warrior.
But how funny is this? It's like two brothers showing, can I say, wash your dishes? How do you say that?
Your dirty laundry in public.
Dirty laundry, Esau is washing his dirty laundry in public.
He's uncovering his shame.
Man, he's done, man. That's how you know that Esau is done. Because how a house divided cannot
stand.
So the Most High is putting this nation into shame, man.
And that's one of the meanings of naked in the scriptures.
Bring it out.
Covering your shame.
This is Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
And it reads, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. Just read.
And
here's how. By the hand of my people, Israel.
Israel.
This is verse 12 of Ezekiel 25. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord God, our power, because that Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and has greatly offended and revenged himself upon them."
That's right.
Verse 13. "Therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom."
But he said, I will stretch out my hand. And he's going to show, because remember, people like to say, oh, but vengeance is the Lord. Of course it is.
Yeah, but he's
But
going
the
to
most
use people.
exactly.
Come on, man. When the Musa wanted to judge, Judah and the other nation, what did he do? When the Musa wanted to judge Judah and Ephraim, what did he do? He brought Esau.
That's right.
He didn't do it on his own. He brought Esau. So now that judgment is supposed to come to them, he wanted to come off his throne. I told you before that he doesn't like to mingle with certain people. Man, what's wrong with you, Lord, man?
He ain't get off his
You
throne.
know what I mean?
He has to be seated at all times. You don't see a judge stand up and pass judgment.
Yeah, read us again. I got to read them. Bring yours again.
And verse 13 of Ezekiel 25, and I'll take it at verse 13. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahawashi power, I will also stretch mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it."
This is not the
What's that part where you say that? Before his own hands. Israel.
Oh yeah, it's going to come down to that. Yeah, and it says, and I will make it desolate from Timon
And the Teman are the wise men. See all those people that are created. All this not being confounded. All these people that come with it.
They're actually Amalekites, by the way.
Yeah, they are. That's why he said in 1 Samuel 15:3 that he's destroyed utterly because they're the one that come with it, the Maxine and all those things. How are you going to destroy your own people?
They're the scientists and they're the social scientists.
But he's putting it to shame.
They're uncovering their
Because
wickedness.
they're creating a wickedness to keep the old people talking about, oh, there's too many people on earth. But in the midst of it, destroying your own people.
Absolutely.
But you see, sometimes they say that's the spoils of war. You've got to sacrifice some. That's how Esau works.
Well, that's their. Well, I
Whatever
believe that
it is,
that's their blessing.
Yahweh
That's their
is
blessing.
getting rid of them.
I mean, do you remember like when they used to have the knights and all that, and then they used to
Yeah.
send them to battle on the battlefield?
Right.
What did they do? They had archers standing back, shooting arrows, and some would hit their own people.
And the knights
That's
were
what they
us,
used
by
to
the way.
do.
You were the knights.
Yes, exactly.
Carry on now.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Once you get to the
Friendly
point.
fire.
Yeah.
Friendly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You can't sing for that one, by the way.
Continuation of Ezekiel 25 and verse 13, and it reads, "And I will make it desolate from Tiban, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword." Verse 14. Verse 14. "And I will lay my
Now,
vengeance
this is the
upon
point I like. It
Edom."
says he will lay his vengeance. When people say vengeance is the Lord, yes, it is, but how's he going to do it? Yeah, his part's coming up.
All right. "I would lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people."
Right, and that's number 125.
Yeah, that's what it's reading.
Oh, that's what you
This is the very one.
After one. Zechariah, the book of Zechariah 9 and 13. "When I have bent Judah for me,
That's right.
fill the bowl with Ephraim, and raise up thy son, O Zion, against thy sons, O priests." So there's a war. Listen, let's be real, man. There's a war coming, bro. We not warrior. We don't have nothing, all right? But there's a war. Whether you like it or not, there's a war coming between your people and our people. All right, whether you like it or not, and that's how it is. And that day, it will be different. But before you used to go to our people, knowing that they were conquered, I witnessed that, in Africa. They came on because our president didn't want to come out. And they came with arms and took him out. All right, but in this time, it ain't going to be like that. you ain't gonna win this war, because we're gonna show it to you that spirituality or the spiritual always rule over the physical and the carnal.
And you know the East Muslims always make the good guy always struggling to do, the bad guy always have the upper hand. Yeah.
But I know what you're saying, but my point is this, right? The spiritual side of things take precedence in these days. People think that when they shoot gun and you kind of kill people, well, that day is going to jump, I'm afraid. All right?
There was the Joel 2. They shall fall
on the sword and be unarmed.
Because in West Africa, they have a thing where you go in the bush and then the priest.
The Libya.
When they do, it just bounce off, right?
He put a gun in his mouth.
From Mali. From Mali. But in Mali, there's a lot of Levi. There's there's in the same area, which is up north. Let's see that on fire,
Yeah,
man.
I've seen that.
You see that, right?
Levitating.
And that's why I mean, something about the conversation, you know, leave it there because the most I about to do things. So these AK-47 and these things ain't gonna work, because we're gonna be spiritual that day, man.
So just getting back to the point you said earlier in the scripture you pulled out, just for clarification, when it mentioned Ephraim and it mentioned Zion, what it's actually talking about is the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom united.
Yeah, because right now we're not too united. You know, right now we're not too united. Wherever you go, even right now, when you see a guy from Northern Tribe, they don't think of us like that. There's one that came, you know, one day. You know, and then after this, what my mother saying, don't you ever go to these Eagles. But this guy is from Northern Tribe, you know. Even you say you're from Benjamin, but Benjamin, you got Northern Tribe with you.
Exactly, because they call it
They say they're Benjamin, but they're Northern.
Yeah, exactly.
So so
we got Shemaiah one day.
Well, Shammai, I told you that.
Yeah.
Jamaica means the land of semen.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, so bring out yours.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19.
Bring it out.
The portion of Jacob is not like them.
Because the Most High gave us the best portion, the lion's share. The lion's share. God.
For he is the former of all things.
So he is the former of all things. So we went down at some point because of us not keeping the law.
That's right.
All right? But we are coming back into our power. And that's what we're going through right now, because at the end of the day, you will see the plague in our nation, right? And hitting us at the same time. But
This is why they gave down the biscuit. It's all right. It's all right.
God, you see what it is?
Psalms 83.
Our people
Second and the
are vibing. They're someone preaching today. And they decided that they're going to do the Allah Akbar.
That's right.
Just to kind of mess up with the vibration.
And the funny thing is, what they're doing now, let me bring this up. What they're doing now, that's what Bilal, who was a slave to the same Muslim, was the first to do. What they're doing now, that's what they're doing.
Yeah. So this is how then the Mosai, right, will have to destroy his children because they don't understand what's going on. How you gonna come and disrespect the prophet of the Lord with your vibration, your Allah Akbar and things like that? I got 60 feet. I think I got 60 feet. Let me see if I got another 20 feet. Or the 20 feet. 20 feet. Yeah? I use something, but listen, try, I know the most important now, don't worry, it's okay. When you come back in the kingdom,
He's in the right part, right?
it'll be fine.
Bring it out.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19.
Bring it out.
The portion of Jacob is not like them.
That's right.
For he is the former of all things.
Right, so I was saying that you got to understand how powerful the prophets are. The reason why I say prophet, I would say the elect, the 130, the 144. Because unfortunately, we cannot talk about Israel right now. We can't talk about our people. Although, from other things. Yeah, we
Then
create all
like,
things
yeah,
and
still
that.
above the
Yeah.
other nations,
We,
but-
yes, but I'm talking about right now, it's going to be the portion of Yahawashi, right? Of Yahweh, ultimately Yahawashi, right? Or Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. Or Yahweh One Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
Yeah. My point is this: we are coming to the point where, God gonna ring bell again. Us being that, because
Portion ain't like them.
right, we on top of everything, man. And very soon, the Most High will give us fame, man. See, the men in fringes will have fame very soon. Yeah, and it will come for negativity. Yes, it will come for negativity. It will come through like them trying to tarnish us.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that, people will recognize, because when that happens, there will be fire. And now people, one thing they have is being able to recognize the truth when it's fire.
When the
And then they will know what to turn. That's what Amos 8 talks about. We talk about the famine of the word, of people looking,
They'll
left
be
and
looking
right
for the
for the
prophets, yeah. That's when they'll be looking for the
So yeah, so that's what we are finishing. Finish the
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
And what you do with the rod? Go on.
We'll show you.
now we got different sort of rods.
Yeah.
We got the rod of salvation. The rod of salvation that we're applying. That's applying with sisters and that. Our brothers, he knows best. Take these rods. That's